Right now you like pow, but when I'm done you're gonna be like pillar pow!
Hi guys, welcome back to Borderlands 2, and today we're going to be looking at Vermivorous in the Caustic Caverns using the method down there. There's two different methods I'll show you. As the last video I uploaded, just make sure that you put yourself in full player mode. This is all about solo. I mean, if you got a group of you, 3 or 4, then you don't need to do this. But if you are playing solo, you've got to do this Captain Scarlet DLC. It helps to kill Hyperius. If you can't kill Hyperius, get somebody to kill him or help you kill him. Because when you get Master G's appearance, you can just run down to Master G's gate and it puts you in full player mode straight away. It's by far the easiest way to do it. When you get down to the Caustic Caverns, there's 2 places you can do this. One is the best. There's a little hut on the right hand side as soon as you get here. On the left hand side there's a doorway that goes through to the back end of the Dahl building. You've got to have completed Perfectly Peaceful. You can just see there the doorway through there. I haven't actually done the mission yet, but I will do it and I'll show you in the next part of this video. So to begin with, and this is, I'd say it's probably the best method for spawning Vermivorous and having what you'd probably call a safe way of doing it, because there's a couple of ways of spawning him where he will actually just disappear. The tundra, he will glitch out the side of the map, and if you do the doorway method here, he will actually glitch away into the building. He'll just disappear. So I will always now do it here. So what you want to do is get yourself to this little hut. Make sure that the crystalisks have spawned just behind the hut. Now, once the aggro's off you, you don't have to do anything. This is very different to the farmhouse or the tundra method. You don't actually have to do anything. All you've got to do is stand back and observe. If anything attacks you, go back into the hut, and if they keep on attacking you, then you just have to kill them off. You can see that the crystalisks and the varkids will just have a little battle, but you can see they're actually firing at me from distance as well. So you've got to keep an eye out. If anything targets you, they'll do it from right down the bottom end of the map. So do keep an eye out. If you need to get a little bit of a safe zone, just go back into the hut. It doesn't matter what you do as long as you stood in the hut, because the crystalisks and the varkids will just keep fighting each other. The varkids will evolve. If they don't evolve, then just start culling them off. You've only got a couple of minutes, as you'll see in the videos, well, particularly the last video and the rest of this video. You only need a couple of minutes to watch them evolve. If they're not evolving, just kill them off, including the ultimates. Give them a couple of minutes, probably 3 minutes, 4 minutes maximum. Use the hut, because they will target you. Even if they're fighting the varkids, the ultimates are probably one of your worst enemies, because they will target you for no reason. Now they do drop quasars, the ultimates, so sorry about the poor quality. That was actually low when I was mucking around. But so all you got to do is kill them off. Try again. There's a lot of varkids spawn in this area, so once you've killed everything off, you can go around to the back, see if any more spawn, or just go back down to the tundra, leave it a bit, and then come back. So again, you can see I've got a really good start going here. I've managed to get them all down on that side of the hut. You want to stay this side of the hut because it's nicely protected. Once the supers have appeared, they might start targeting you for a bit, but as long as you stay on this side of the hut, pretty safe. If they come around, just go back into the little doorway. Just keep them on that side of the hut there. The worst thing here is the badass. Badass varkids will shoot through the window. So you will find yourself getting second winds here when the badasses are attacking you. And if that's the case, then what you want to do is just run out the door, run past the varkids, sorry, the crystalisks, go across the bridge and try and get the badass varkids to start fighting with the crystalisks. If they don't and they keep targeting you, you may well just have to kill them off, but it's not too big a deal. Now you can see there the super's lost interest in me. He's now gone round to the other side. So I can just now stand here, get on this little pile, jump up and down and see what's going on. Now you can see they're starting to evolve pretty quick, having a good fight. And after only 3 minutes, I've now got 2 ultimates. So they are pretty quick, it doesn't take long. If they're going to change, they will change. Once you've done it for a while, you'll start to get a feel of how quick things change. Once they've gone to badass to super in literally 1 minute 10, 15, 20, you kind of get a good feeling. If those supers don't change to ultimates again in another minute to 2 minutes, then you're kind of thinking, well, they're not going to change. Kill them off, start again. You don't have to actually quit the game. Just go down to the Tundra Express, try there, and then come back, because it only takes, what, 20-25 minutes for the enemy to start respawning in an area. So you got the 2 ultimates, and only 50 seconds later there's our Supreme Pod. So you can see here I'm not really having to do anything. It's a really good place to do it. If the varkids are fighting with the crystalisks just don't take any damage. They'll just stand there pounding the floor, fighting with the varkids and irritating them, so you don't have to draw any attention. Now in this video I'm going to show you a couple of things to look out for. It's the first time I'd actually done it for about a year. That's why I hadn't even done the missions. I've kind of forgotten a few little things. The Sandhawk from this distance isn't particularly good. If you had a flying Sandhawk, it's going to be a little bit better, because Vermivorous is jumping around all over the place. And you don't always get to hit him. You don't get the criticals. You want to really hit him in the criticals if you can. That's why the Lady Fist is still going to be the better thing. Now you can see here he actually will attack you, even though I haven't shot him, I haven't done anything. He's launched a couple of missiles off, and they home in pretty quick. So you've got to be careful of these. They will take your shield and health right down if they do hit. So it's not a bad little safe zone here, but the only problem with standing here is later you will see the ultimates will actually target you. If you hit them once, quite often they will just turn around and attack you. It's a great place to shoot Vermivorous from if he's turned his back to you. The Lady Fist has got very high velocities, very high fast rate, and it does a massive amount of damage. But just out of the corner of your eye now, you'll see the ultimate flying down. I didn't quite catch him quick enough, and by the time I'd actually realised he was coming, it's kind of a bit late. There's not really anywhere to hide from the ultimates in there. The hut is your best place. So what you want to really do is push down a little bit further. Now luckily when I respawned, the ultimate didn't target me. I managed to get behind this little block here, and he goes back down. So that's the one thing you've got to be aware of. The ultimates, they're pretty promiscuous. They look around the map, they will just target you and start shooting you for no reason, even if you didn't hit them. Now from this distance out, the Sandhawk doesn't touch anything. You've got to move right down to the edge of the doorway, and it's probably better to move down to the truck there on the left hand side. If you're down by the truck, which you'll see in the next video, it allows you to actually run down to the hut as well, just in case you get targeted. But once he's turned his back on you, you're really better off to get the Lady Fist. And at this stage as well, you want to be killing off everything and anything that moves. If he's just sat there in between the gap, it does allow you to get the Sandhawk down through. But sometimes he jumps about for the speed that it's moving. You know, you do miss quite a lot. But if he's sat there on the floor, then you know it's good. You will get a lot of hits on him. It does quite a lot of damage. So once Vermivorous is dead, just kill everything. Even the crystalisks. You don't want the crystalisks attacking you whilst you're looking through what he's dropped. So kill all the supers, kill all the badasses, get rid of the crystalisks. What's been dropped? Now Vermivorous, as everyone probably knows by now, if you're new to the game, he'll drop the Norfleet, rare skins, rare heads. Now the problem with the Caustic Caverns, you've got this green acid pool. Very, very hard to see an orange glow compared to the yellow glow. So do have a good look around. You can see there I've got a nice legendary siren class mod from it. Now this is the Dahl doorway method. So after you've done the perfectly peaceful mission from Sir Hammerlock, you'll now see that on this back end you've got the doorway open. Basically you go around the Caustic Caverns, you go through the bottom of the building, you go up a big ladder, and it allows you to open up these back door entrances, which will then stay open for you. Now, what you want to do is just draw them in. There's quite a lot of varkids appear in this area, so you can do it for quite a bit of time. Now, if you're chubby hunting, you'll probably get a lot of chubbies by doing this. If you want to get iridium, you could do this method, because you will get lots spawning and you get massive amounts of iridium from them. The problem with standing in the doorway here, even though you're well protected, once the ultimates spawn, and other varkids as well, what they do is they jump over the wall or they walk around the corner. And once they're around the corner, it's hard to keep the aggro on them. Once the ultimates have flown away or walked away, it's a good possibility they just disappear. I've seen it before, they just kind of go away and you never see them again. So as I said before, 1 minute 10 in, supers are appearing. It is pretty quick, you will notice it's very quick in 4-player mode. If you're not in 4-player mode, you'll notice that you might only get 1 super or so. And the other thing I forgot to mention earlier in this video, like I did in the last, is if you're playing this solo, make sure you put this on LAN before you actually start, just in case anybody jumps in your game, any friends. Don't go split screen and don't bring us a mule in. Once you've actually got into 4-player mode, just lock it down so nobody can join you, and don't bring a mule in because it will revert back to co-op and 1 player. So just keep that in mind. So it won't take too long before the ultimates appear, but once the ultimates appear, I don't particularly want to stay in there, because if one changes into Verm, there's a good chance is what he does is he glitches into the building. I've had it a few times here in the past where he disappears into the building and you don't see him again. So that's why I will come down here if I can. If I can't get down here, I can't get down here. But if you get an opportunity, it's worth coming down to the hut, because then the ultimates are going to start drawing aggro from the varkids, from the crystalisks, sorry. And it's the best place for you to really keep them in the game without just kind of floating off and disappearing somewhere. I was actually watching one yesterday, the big building on the side here where the doorway is. He just flew in there and disappeared. And when you do come down to the hut, just check around the back to make sure there's a crystalisk there. And also keep an eye on the supers and the ultimates to make sure that they're not walking away. You see that one there? He was bored. He was just starting to walk away. And when I shot him, he turns into an ultimate. So that's kind of another thing to be aware of. If you do see them getting bored, standing around, walking away, shoot them. Just shoot them. You've got a good safety in the hut. Now this is the one that was getting bored and walking away, and he's the one. He is the one that starts turning into Vermivorous. So had he walked away, he might have just disappeared. So you can see there, you've really got to keep an eye out for them. So you'll see me put the Lady Fist on again, but this time I'm going to stay by the truck. It's just a little bit closer to the hut. So if the ultimate badasses do start targeting you, you'll see them coming down. It's going to give you a better chance to get to the hut. It's miles better protection. You might get hit a couple of times on the way, but you should make it, as long as you've got some decent gear on you. It's the best place to kill them from as well. Now down by the truck, it's a good place. You can see here, you've got a nice clear view. You might want to get rid of that corrosive barrel just in case that exploded. In UVHM, that probably corrode you to death if it did blow up. But once he turns his back to you, you can start getting those criticals. And you'll watch his health go down in a second. All I'm going to do is shoot a couple of mags here. Not big magazines, but watch his health now. It's just going down, down, down. Very, very quick to get his health down, this Lady Fist. This is only a level 48 Lady Fist. As long as you've got a B shield, an up-to-date B shield, it's the amp damage from the B shield that's doing the main damage. And with the 800% critical damage from the Lady Fist, huge damage. So that's the one I'll be using at level 72. If I can't get a nice fire Sandhawk. You don't need the Sandhawk. I was thinking yesterday a bitch would be quite good as well. If you've got an SMG, the bitch, that would be quite good because it's very accurate, very fast fire rate. Get all those critical damage. It's So you can see there again, he's turned his back to me. Get the lady fist out. Start being tried a little bit accurate than I am. But once you don't even have to look down the sight once you've got this thing homed in, 'cause it's so accurate. And there we go. Takes him down. Nice swan song dying through the middle of the air. Beautiful. So once again, just kill everything off. I tend to use the lady fist to get rid of the most things down here as well, because once you get the criticals on the crystalisks, they get home very quick. You always get a few stragglers, so watch out for them. A few badasses coming down from the top. Once again, once you got rid of everything, go down, have a quick check to see what he's dropped. Unfortunately, I didn't get the Northfleet I was after this time, but you just got to keep plugging away. If you want a Northfleet, you'll get one eventually. If it's heads and skins, just do it in level 50. Now, next time I'm going to upload a video showing you all the different kind of places you can spawn Vermivorous. So I'll see you again soon, guys. Cheers. Goodbye.